So I see three main challenges when it comes to communication in consumer health and wellness. The first one is the abundance of inaccurate health information. With the proliferation of social media and all the online platform, there are a lot of information which are available, and not all of them are scientifically accurate. Let me give you a concrete example. In a peer-to-peer reviewed study that was done for content, which is Instagram content in Brazil, with content related to exercise and wellness, it was found that the less qualified influencers were when it comes to creating that content and having information, the more people were listening to them. So that's basically mean that there was a reverse correlation in terms of how much the information and the content was scientifically accurate and how much it was listened to, which is obviously very concerning when it comes to misinformation, and even more concerning given that we are talking about health and wellness. The second challenge when it comes to consumer health and wellness and communication is simply information overload. There are so much information out there. There are so many new products, so many new services which are offered, that basically we often end up as people and as people searching for information being paralyzed by too much information. It's just really hard to find the piece of information which is really relevant for us. And sometimes too much information can also be even harmful for our health. I was recently reading an article from a leading expert in sleep, and this doctor was calling out how having too much information tracked, by those devices on sleep can actually cause in some people insomnia. So too much information can sometimes lead to too much anxiety, and this is why it's important to deliver the right information to people. The third communication challenge, which is absolutely critical when it comes to consumer health and wellness, is not really so much related to information and awareness, but it's related to what are we doing with this information. It's basically related to the fact that although we have a wealth of information which is available for us, it doesn't always help us to do the right thing when it comes to behavior and healthy habits. Let me give you an example. We all know that 5 portions of fruit and vegetables is really important for our health. This is actually information that has been out there for quite some time. Specifically in the UK, it's an information which has been pushed for about 20 years. Although we have this information, the consumption is not necessarily changing. When it comes to the UK, there have been studies that demonstrated that about 25% of men are eating that 5 portion of fruit and vegetable, and slightly more women in the range of 27 to 32% of women are consuming the right portion of fruit and vegetables. This really means that having access to information is not necessarily translating in us adopting the right healthy habits.